sometimes, you know, I go off like a whole afternoon on some ideas, and they're really cool, and they're really, and then later I'm not particularly thinking. Gah! It's messy. I believe, of course, that I can get out of this. I've progressed this far already. Someday I'll leave it all behind. You know what I'm inspired by? Fred Gallagher. It's the guy who made his Mega Tokyo webcomic. And I remember reading through a lot of the comic and reading his little rants he posts below, and he was constantly doubting himself, constantly, you know, just apologizing for, oh, this comic was delayed, and this one wasn't good enough, and this one, I've been way too busy, and I've been feeling stressed, and I've been really... And it struck me that this is even when he's popular and everything. This is like in the throes of success, the man still doubts himself. And you'd say even like, you know, and I feel sorry for even putting this up on the rant. I try to shield you guys from this. I try not to put it up too often. And I'm thinking, Fred, put it all up. Go ahead, tell us everything. You know why? Because it's an inspiration to me to see you feeling like crap even as you succeed, which means if I'm feeling like crap, it could still mean that I'm succeeding. And furthermore, as years went by, Fred has gotten better with it. And doesn't kick himself so much. You know. It's an inspiration. It's part of the reason I go through all my personal pains online like this. Because I want to be an inspiration. Or at least hopefully serve as some sort of example to someone, even if I'm a bad example. The unexamined life, they say, is rather pointless. Last night, as I was saying, I spent a bunch of time not working on anything creatively, and just really not doing anything that I cared about at all. Just wasting time. I could feel, I said, the walls building within me. And later on, as I thought, maybe I should do baka desu ne, maybe I should work on some creative stuff, I didn't really feel afraid. And here's the tricky part. Because you would think, well, that's good if you don't really feel afraid. No. You see, I think I was afraid. And am afraid. But without that direct feeling of it. You can call this Neros, too. You can call this 100 different things. I really should invent more words for all the sorts of emotions that I've cataloged in my years of introspection. I extrapolated, basically. I noted the fact that I'd felt so afraid and such earlier, and now I didn't directly feel that now, but I'd spent a good chunk of time not doing anything with myself. And furthermore, it wasn't like I was making a whole lot of progress afterwards. You know, like if you don't feel afraid, in fact you feel great about it, and you're making this stuff, and I'm writing all these details, and I'm getting ideas of how the story will work and stuff, clearly that's good. But if I'm not doing any of that with the story, and I'm not progressing in any of these projects that I care so deeply about, and I don't feel somehow afraid or Neros or hurt, I think I'm just hiding that from myself. I am feeling those things. Those things that prevent me from doing what I love. Again, it's not just progress on some arbitrary goal or forcing myself. That is still a very harmful thing to do, and that was my instinct for the longest time, was force myself to do creativity, suffer. No, this is having faith, and the only suffering is the overturn of inner feeling. I realize what I deem impossible is actually possible, and that's That's sort of hard to face that fact.